Hey guys, Jacob here. This is going to be a video on this week's State of the Game on October 9th. I know a lot of people are really happy with this week's State of the Game because they did reveal a lot of information that people were really looking forward to, and myself, I was looking forward to as well. They did have an article talking about some of this stuff already, so you guys might actually know about some of this information, just a heads up. So pretty much the basic is Title Update 6, which is going to be the preview right here. You guys can see the main mission 1 and 2, which is the research labs and the Pentagon, the new classified missions, which is the Marine and Embassy, and you can see the instant unlock for the new tactician specialization, new conflict map, and the new game mode. You can see the major improvements: build diversity, conflict rewards, target loot, dark zone intensity, then stuff like the new branded gear items, new exotic weapon, or new weapon exotic gear piece, expedition mastery system, and invaded mode, Manning Zoo, and Camp White Oak. So those are now invaded, so you guys can pretty much switch those over because they're pretty long missions compared to stuff like Roosevelt Island. So it's really cool that they actually made these invaded, because I know a lot of people were wondering why they weren't. Because stuff like Roosevelt Island, the Capitol building, Tidal Basin, those missions actually take a while to clear. For example, on heroic mode, they could take people probably 30 to 40 minutes depending on how quick you are. Some people 20, because I know some people are really fast, or maybe even less than that. But they're pretty long, extensive missions, so it's nice to see that they actually made these invaded, so you can do those as well. Now the next thing is going to be the targeted loot locations, and that's going to basically be an upgraded, this is a new map, so you guys can see a little bit more some of the stuff you're looking for. You can see it's in the DZ and left and right side of the map. Basically, to get specific pieces you're looking for, like Sokolov is down there by the solar farm. So if you guys need Sokolov, you can go ahead and go down there and get that. So it's actually nice to see that there's another map giving us a an idea where some of these gear pieces and some of the weapons that we're actually looking for would be. Now the next thing is going to be the new UI, and there's some pictures of this online, but this is a picture right here. But you guys can see that there's stuff actually filtered, like crit hit chance, skill power, armor, crit damage, health, all this stuff is a little bit more pushed out now, so you guys can actually see. Some of it is blacked out there at the bottom if you don't have it, so now you can actually go through the filter system and see what pieces you're exactly looking for. So if say you're looking for like a crit chance vest or a weapon damage vest, you can just go to weapon damage and it will give you like those rolls and stuff like that, kind of targeting down to one specific location. That way you guys don't have to essentially go through a whole list and digging through all your inventory. You can just use the filter system and just pick the one thing you're actually looking for. Now the next thing I'm going to talk about is going to be the new Hive, and that's going to be for the new tactician. This Hive is basically designed to buff your skills. So say if you have like a drone or something, or a turret, instead of healing you, it essentially just heals essentially your drones and skills and stuff like that. But this is going to be a clip right here. I'm going to show you guys, if so you guys can see that they showed on State of the Game. You can see the guy has it right here, and he throws it, which just like the normal Hive, and then his drone flies right over, and you will see that it goes to attack this guy, and it actually has some kind of, it has a boost basically given to it, and allows you to boost your skills a little bit more, and allow it to get more damage in and buff it. And on the way back, you can see it actually heals it and gives it more bars just like that. So I think that's pretty cool. So people running skill builds and stuff like that, you can actually heal your drones, and also you apparently can pick this up now and actually have your charges. So say you use half your charges and you could pick this up. I guess this goes for all Hives now. You can pick up and actually save those charges and use them later on. So I guess if you're fighting a group of people in the DZ and you pick that up for say your booster, or the new Hive, or if you're looking for, I guess the revive station, if you're using that, I guess that could work as well. But they did say it's pretty much for all Hives. So if you have a healing Hive, you can throw this on the ground, it can heal your teammates, and if you want to pick it back up, essentially you can reach over and just, I guess has a little icon on it that allows you to basically retrieve it and put it back on your backpack and use it a little bit later if you need to heal yourself, or actually repair your drone, or repair your skills and stuff like that. Now the next thing is going to be the one that people are mostly here for, and that's going to be some gameplay of the new rocket launcher. And it's not like a normal rocket launcher where you have one missile. This is the targeting, where you can see here it locks on to multiple enemies and can blow them up. And you'll see right here this guy does lock onto this red bar, which is on the left of him, and you can see the icon there, and he shoots it and it actually does blow him up. So this is actually pretty cool. We actually don't have really anything like this in Division, so it's nice to see they actually added something. A lot of people are speculating it was going to be a flamethrower or some kind of disruptor weapon that was allow you to disrupt skills. So it's actually really cool that they did, add a rocket launcher to the game, because I really wasn't expecting to, add that, because the animation to me I thought it might look funny, and they might have weird mechanics with it, but I guess I was wrong. It appears that Massive have proved me wrong again, and they've added the animation kind of like how there was the minigun. So I kind of figure with the animation of the minigun that would allow them to have the animation of a flamethrower, but only just replace it with some kind of just barrel that has fire coming out of it, obviously, and implement that in. But I thought if they did add a rocket launcher, it was going to be mostly a one-shot rocket launcher that was going to be one round in, like a law rocket, and you pull the trigger, and that's essentially pretty much that was the rocket. But it's really cool that they added something like this. I'm guessing it's some kind of like Black Tusk or Division type weaponry, obviously, because it's pretty crazy that it locks onto this many enemies. And it will be nice to see how this does work in the Dark Zone. I'm really curious if how players are going to use this. Also, there's the EMP grenade with this as well. And now, one last note before I show you guys this clip. You guys will be able to go back into the Kinley library as well with the U6. Thank you guys all for watching. Here's a quick clip of the stuff they were talking about in the state of the game. As always, I'll catch you guys later. Make sure you guys subscribe for more Division 2 content. I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Those specs have 225.
This is the in-progress stuff. We've cheated to give ourselves many points.
So disregard the numbers, but
and filled out everything.
Let's go through the tree. Where do you want to start, Frederick?
Let's start with the Hive. So you got the Hive over here, the Artificer Hive, and some extra mods for it to give it more radius and better recovery rate. And that's actually one of the things. All Hives in TU6 now work on charges. So like if they've used half their charges, you can actually go up to it and pick it up with the interact button and put it back on your backpack, and it'll keep whatever charges it has left. And this Hive is no exception. So instead of working off a cooldown, it works off charges, similar to Chem Launcher.
Okay. Right.
So we got that. Obviously, you saw a little bit of that. Down here, you have the kind of group protection talent of Faraday Field. So whenever you place some skills down, like the turrets and stuff that you place on the ground, they form a little protective field where anybody standing close to them, it'll basically conduct shock and disruption to it instead of your teammates. Yep. So it kind of creates a little protective field.
Yeah, my first question for this was, it doesn't apply to movable skills. Like the drone isn't going to fly a field around and that sort of thing, right? So it's only for static skills.
It's for the static skills.
Right.
There's a question in chat here if the Hive buff can buff another Hive, and it can. Yeah. So it'll give it better duration, better effects and stuff.
Cool.
You can only have one buff per skill on, so it won't stack infinitely.
Okay.
And then you have this interesting node here where you basically get to pick whether you spec into damage on your skills or healing.
Okay. But you can only pick one, right?
Yeah, so you can only pick one in this subtree. We're kind of trying out to
have choices.
Have a little bit more choices. We kind of did that in the last patch with the weapons, and now we're kind of using it in different places. I think that's kind of interesting to see where you want to go with the spec, so you don't get everything at the same time. And then various bonuses to skills and stuff like that. One of the big things that we changed in this patch for all of the specs is this.
Yeah, we talked about this last week, right?
Yeah, which we're giving pulse resistance. And I think we have another video clip coming up where we can show that what you get is also the EMP grenade.
Yeah.
And the EMP grenade, causes disrupt and does some damage to robotic enemies. And if you're doing your invasion and your weeklies, you're going to want this for your Black Tusk enemies. But I suspect it will also be quite popular in PvP.
My first PvP related question to this: can the EMP grenade disable the skills that are in the Faraday Field?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So then the Faraday Field is rendered.
I mean, I think no. The Faraday Field is still active, but the skills go disrupted, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But
so the skills don't die; they get disrupted.
It depends. If you've not invested in health on your skills, and someone throws an EMP grenade at them, and they're really weak, they might just die, pop out of existence.
Because the EMP is still dealing damage.
It still deals damage to anything technological.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited about this spec because it's really leaning into that whole side of things, and we kind of needed to do the whole revamp of skills that we did with TU5.
Yeah.
And now we can bring this out and really lean into the fantasy of shade tech and all of these things, right? I think it's pretty goddamn cool.
Can we do the sidearm last? Because I actually want to show it. full
Yeah, we
screen.
can show that. I don't know if we have so much more to show. It's the same like field here. You get a laser pointer that actually pulses targets when you aim at them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Also kind of high-tech inspired. And then you got your signature weapon talent, which is all based off of destroying enemy robotics and skills. So even not just robots, but things like RC cars and RC blades and things like that. So whenever you kill enemy equipment, essentially,
Or turrets or so, and this kind of thing.
turrets and stuff like that, you're going to increase the bar until ammo drops. So it kind of really gives you a little bit of a role on what you're best at, right?
That's cool.
Hmm?
Nice. And then you
So
got
I think that's most of what this does. This is the big signature like stat you get, which is you get more skill power for being in this spec.
Nice.
Let's have a look at the pistol actually, just because pretty 3D models.
Yeah, I like it.
Actually, let's just have a look at this thing first. So here's the actual launcher. This is the back of it.
Oof.
Here's the front. It's
That's so
nice.
cool. I mean, actually, do it nice and slow because I'm sure a cosplayer out there is going to really appreciate it.
Oh, yes.
You should really hand out the 3D models for these so cosplayers can use them, 3D print and do
That'd be
stuff.
cool.
That's really cool.
And then, as everybody, all the specs get, you also get a signature sidearm, which is this Maxim 9 with an integrated silencer on the front. I think it looks extremely nifty and kind of high tech.
That's
Looks
really
really
cool.
good.
Chet was also asking what the med kit does for this specialization.
Oh, right, yeah. I forgot. I think what it does, we went through a couple of iterations on it. Your armor kit also applies to all of the skills within